Hello my loves, what's up, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video, today's tutorial, which is going to be day 2 of our Natasha Denona tutorial week. And today we're using the Metropolis palette. I love this palette so much, and I knew that I wanted to incorporate it this week. And so obviously we've got olive tones going on, because if there is olive in a palette, that's what I'm going to choose. So if you're interested in just kind of hanging out with me, doing some makeup together, maybe you've got this palette and want to bust it out and kind of get some inspiration, then just keep on watching. Let's start off with a short little stumpy blending brush or placement brush and go in with the shade Lethal. This is kind of a split pea soup, like army green is the best way I can describe it. More on the split pea soup side. And we're just gonna place this, like, I don't even know how to describe this, in a almost stripe fashion, 3/4 of the way down the eyelid. So bizarre. I know that's the most random explanation. Also taking it not the most inner part of my lid, but like 1/4 of the way in. I don't know. Basically not at the end and not right at the beginning, but also leaving the middle free. Oh my gosh, that makes no sense, but thank goodness you're watching it and you know what I'm talking about. Just kind of placing this there. I mean, I layered a couple of times because I wanted it to be a little more intense. The whole purpose being a gradient effect that hopefully you will see down the way in this video. But just starting off with this so that I know where to place my deeper shades. So now we're going to go ahead and go into a deeper shade called Troop. This is for sure a army green. Going in with a pencil brush because this is what's going to allow me to have better placement. Like, it's not going to be as sloppy, and I'm truly looking to just place it on this part of the lid. I'm not looking to get it all over the place. I'm looking for a gradient effect. So I really have to place this in a really strategic place. So this brush really helps with that. So just placing this kind of, I struggle with getting that little corner on the outside to look not like a wing, but gosh, some people make it look so perfect, and I have never mastered that. But anywho, going in with some more on the innermost portion of the lid, and here's where it's going to start looking like more of a gradient, because we've added the darker, or the darkest really, on the outer and inner, and then we had already added the lighter shade kind of right by that, and then the only thing left really to do will be to add the metallic. But this is what helps me get the best gradient look without getting it to look too sloppy or overlapping and that kind of thing. To each his own, and this is what works best for me. Now we're going to go in with probably my favorite shade in this palette. It's called Orium. It is a green gold, but it's like the perfect khaki color. Notice I did not use my Fenty Pro Filter Eye Primer today. I don't know why, but I just wanted to try it without. I just thought, you know what, I do it every single video. Let me go back and see what it's like to not use it. And oh my goodness, I could tell such a difference. That tacky base adds so much. I missed it. Going back in with the shade Lethal, I'm adding a little bit more because obviously some of it does get lost in translation. I did lose some when I placed down that metallic, and I'm trying to just kind of overlap it just a tidge where it really shows through. All right. I'm going to go ahead and go in with a crease color now. I know, super like out of order. This is the shade Rope. And I didn't do this first. I did this now because I really want this to peek through. I want it to show through. And if I go in with my crease color first, I usually lose most of it. So this helps the shade just kind of peek through a little bit more. It makes it look like there's a little more going on, but also makes it look more cohesive. So it's a little bit messy. And then obviously I'm cleaning my face because do you ever get to where you're like, wow, I went sloppy on my bronzer? That's exactly what I felt like when I saw that cheek. But I digress. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. Now let's go back into the Troop shade. That's what we're going to use on our lower lash line. I'm using a little I don't know what even to call this. It's probably a shader brush. It's from a Sephora collection a couple of holidays back. Has some like glitter stars in the handle, really pretty. But it's like the perfect little dense brush to get under my eye. Now, of course, the problem I always have is that these get into my contact lens if I'm not careful, and this was no exception. So you always want to be careful if you're wearing contacts and you're going into your lower lash line, because you know it gets dusty and that stuff kicks up into your eye. Alright, let's go ahead and go into Orium again. Now, I typically don't use the same shade that I used on my lid in my inner corner, but there really isn't a whole lot of options for a metallic inner corner in this palette, and we're going to kind of change it up here in a second, but I did lay that down for a good metallic intensity. And then using the shade Queen, I didn't want to use Queen by itself because I felt like it wasn't warm enough for the look, and so I basically just kind of layered this over top of the Orium shade just to kind of add a little bit more brightness because Orium wasn't as bright as I wanted. Now I'm going to go in with some Essence black eyeliner on my waterline, and I do try to take it as close to my lashes as possible because if not, the struggle of contacts is real and this will cling to my lens and I'll end up having to throw it away. Using my Rare liner, I'm just going to go ahead and do a wing, and hold on, I was about to keep on talking, but I need to mention that my little thingy came unscrewed. The little handle, it unscrews from the actual pen. I know, I'm not even making sense anymore. It's late, you guys. Just gonna draw a wing. Again, every time I do these, I'm like, how am I even doing this with one hand? I never used to be able to do this, but I am getting better, and this liner is, I feel like it's my favorite for life. Something better, I mean, it would have to really be amazing. Now, I'm not taking the liner all the way to my inner corner. I'm kind of going, I'd say a little past the 3/4 mark on my lid, but definitely not taking it into the inner corner. Afterwards, I thought, you know what, it would have been so pretty to do the little cat eye thing on the inner corner to elongate the eye, but we will save that for another day. Going in with some mascara, gonna place this on my upper lashes because we are gonna go in with falsies. So just placing this on so it can dry while I do the rest of my look. So this look is pretty dramatic. I mean, it's not super smoky, but I'd say it's dramatic. So it did call for lower lash mascara. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. Going in with my Kylie Cosmetics Do You Boo lip liner. This one is so good. I love this shade. I use it quite frequently. The only thing I've told y'all before, I find this to be the case with the Kylie and the KKW lip liners, is that the actual crayon portion gets loose, like within the wood casing, or I don't even know what I'm saying, but I have to shake it to bring out the actual crayon. I don't know. Am I the only one that these weird things happen to? Let me know below. So the lipstick we're going to go into is also by Kylie Cosmetics, and it's part of the Grinch collection, and it's called Oh the Noise, and this is the nude from that set. I love her bullet lipsticks, I really do. There is a scent about them though that I'm not a fan of, and I can't pinpoint what it is. I don't even know how to begin to tell you. Like, it almost smells kind of stale. I don't know. Am I the only one that these weird things happen to, or has like a weird sense of smell? I don't know. I would say maybe COVID changed my sense of smell, but quite frankly, they smelled like this to me long before I ever came down with that. So I definitely think it's the lipstick. I'm just gonna place my lashes on. Definitely having less trouble today than I did the other day, which is awesome. Just laying them down in the center of my lid, then working on the outer and the inner portion. with that, we will end today's tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it and found it easy to follow and that it inspired you to use some of these tones also. Take care. Alrighty, so that brings us to the end of yet another video. I hope you enjoy these and I hope that you find them helpful and easy to follow. Before I let you go, just want to give you a very quick verse of the day just to motivate and encourage you, and it comes from Malachi 3:6, and it says, "I, the Lord, do not change." The same God that was from the Bible is the same God today. He never changes. And that's the one thing about the world we live in, is that people will let you down. Human beings will let you down. You don't know who you can trust. People are, disappointing you, breaking your heart, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, Jesus doesn't change. And that's the most amazing thing. You can rely on him for anything. I will throw up a phone number in case you are in need of prayer, someone to talk to, someone to just speak maybe comfort to your heart. I don't know, but it's just there in case you want to use it or not. It's completely up to you. But guys, we will go ahead and wrap this up here. So until the next one, please stay safe and stay well. I love you, but Jesus loves you so much more. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.